Okay, here is the coax antenna. Again, to reiterate, this cable with both terminators at both ends were done by the Carbon Cub Crafters factory. They were installed, everything. If I check the continuity of this connector, putting one terminal on the outside and one on the center pin with the antenna disconnected, it is not shorted. It does fine. If I go back to this connector on the back, the connector disconnected from the antenna, and I'll run a continuity check from the outside to the center pin. There is no short, there is no continuity. If I run a continuity check between the center conductor here and the center conductor on the front one, there is continuity. If I run a continuity check from the outside to the outside, there is continuity. So the cable is testing out perfectly fine. The cable was bench tested on the bench, coiled up. Here's how it was installed. It's simply going here, coming to here, the excess looped, going through the stringer, here, 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 making a turn here, a turn here, a turn here, going underneath, coming up to the seat, coming up through the, underneath there, going back up, going through here, and then simply connecting to the ELT, which is here. Okay, so the cable appears to be perfectly fine. The antenna here, I've got it disconnected. If you check the continuity, putting a terminal here and one on the inside, it is shorted. It does show continuity between the outside and the inside. Okay, so it appears as though the antenna, something's weird with it. So there is continuity. There is a short from the outside, from right here to the inside center. If you do continuity on those two, it does have continuity. You can install it here. Here's the bracket, grounded properly to here. If you connect, obviously now you take this coax, you connect it to here. So if you connect it to the antenna and then go back and check the continuity here, now it shows a short, obviously, since the antenna is sending the short. If you put it here to the center, it will show continuity. It shows that it is shorted out, okay? So obviously then when you check it, connect it to the ELT, connector here, then of course, and then run the test on it, it shows there's a problem. That's happened on every single FX3 that I've done. And like I said, in one case, changing the ELT out, fixed it for some reason. The last time, the connector, I checked the connector from the, actually it was the coax, because I checked the coax connector from the factory. This one was put on by the factory, and I had to get up through here and changed it out and put a new connector on because it was showing it was shorted. And I installed, which it wasn't installed correctly at the factory. So like I say, I checked this coax right here on the bench, coiled up, everything tested fine. It still tests fine. However, on the bench, I did plug it up. Even though it was not grounded, I did connect it to the antenna here on the bench and to the ELT and tested it before I ever ran it or installed anything, and it was fine. It tested that, it came back with a good test. However, once I installed the antenna, ran the cables, connected it here, it doesn't work. So everything points to it being an antenna problem. But why does it do it sometime and not other times? I don't know. You can see there have been no big kinks or big radius turns or anything on the antenna.